Hi everybody, my name's Paul Murphy and I've got a passion for hats. Like many of the people that be watching this video, I'm very enthusiastic about hats and I buy an awful lot. I try and buy sort of 2 or 3 a week if I can find them, but of course they're second hand and they don't always come on the market, especially in the summertime if I'm looking for fur felt hats, which inevitably that's what I find most of the time. But I had a real success, I think, in finding the hat I'm going to show you now, and it was on one of the auction sites, and I just don't think people knew what it was. And let's show you it and see what you think. It's a designed more as a trilby, but as you can probably see, it's got a very high front to the crown and a much lower to the rear. So the profile is very much from the front going down to the back there, very 1940s. The side detail is just phenomenal, but the actual cross grain here is very deep, very reminiscent of the sort of 1940s and 30s. And look at that detail. It's I think it's almost like a match with a nice feather in there. So very much like a Nick Fouquet would do, for instance, in America. But this is actually a hat that's made in Germany, in Munich, and it's actually made out of beaver felt, which I'm pretty sure the people that were selling it didn't know that was the case. I did have to do quite a bit of reshaping, cleaning, restoration work on the hat when I got it, and in fact, I made more of a pronounced diamond shape up here, which I think is really cool. So let's have a look. The actual edge of the hat has been nicely bound, which finishes it off really well. Inside, there's no lining to it, which I guess is a bit unusual, but it may well have been that the person that this was made for was living in a hot area and decided they didn't want a lining in the hat. But you can probably just about see the label up there, Nofrit, which so Nofrit or Nofrit. You can find them on the internet with an internet page and also on social media. And it's actually a shop in Munich, and it's known for its making of ladies and gents hats, much more ladies hats rather than gents. But I really quite like this. It's a really different style. It's in a brown colour, which is super. But let's just give you some idea of the measurements, and you'll see what I mean about it being a sort of 1940s. So I had it with the brim up there. I'm just taking the brim down. And I think that looks really cool. Very reminiscent of sort of Superman type movies from the 1930s. Now the brim is measuring 6 centimeters, so it's quite short. The front of the crown is 14 centimeters. Yes, that's right, 14 centimeters. And at the rear, it's 11 centimeters. So this is the sort of hat that when I start making hats, this is the sort of thing I want to make. Is the sort of 1930s, 1940s hats. The actual gross grain it's actually quite wide. It's 5 centimeters wide, and it looks as though it's quite possibly two pieces that have been sewn together. To be fair, but it's been done extremely well. It's just a beautiful hat and very light. And like I say, it's in beaver felt. So let's try it on and show you just what it looks like. It's really quite pronounced at the top there. Or you can have it with your brim up. I actually prefer it with the brim up, but it's nonetheless it's really quite a high quite a high crown to the hat. So it's a little bit unusual. You've got to be quite adventurous, I guess, to wear something like this. And I shall wait until I've got a bit of cold weather here. I could put a nice big overcoat and a nice big scarf on, and then venture out with this. I think it looks really good. Some people would wear it with the let's just style it a bit with the one side of the um, up and the other down. So let's see what that looks like. But I mean, You know, I have seen people wearing them like that, but I don't know. It's a bit foreign, but you know, um, whatever takes your fancy, you can do a lot with these and with the brims. So so that's a Nofrit from Germany. Quite a rare hat, worth looking out for because they're one-offs and just beautiful material and so well made. If you've got a passion for hats, keep watching the channel. Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye.